a couple people could not make it for various reasons, so only 3. Could have handled up to 6, but a few people couldn't make it. But I'm a big believer in the people who show up get a game, so here you go. And I'm posting in the
Ragnar.
posting in the chat the Watch Together link. You put that into your browser.
Right.
Separate window. And let me get this going.
Wow.
Oh,
That's some
3D20,
championship level. That's some quality D20s there for me. I'm failing everything tonight.
Mine are kind of average, one level.
Shadow, go ahead and roll me a 3d20 if you can.
Right.
Wow, all kinds of good rolls. All right, let's roll. Welcome again to the next session. So all of you in your various days, or whatever they are, in the library of Athenaeum, you did receive an invitation in your quarters. And in the envelope, there was a piece of paper, and it read, "You were invited to participate in the reading of the next chapter of the Book of Succession. If interested, please come to my chambers at the appointed time, sign with the letter N. All of you know N. You've come to this area of the library. It's weird interdimensional space devoted to creativity, and sometimes creativity is not always good. But you've come to this wing, vaulted ceilings, sort of gothic in a way, bookshelves in some of the alcoves to the right and left, stocked floor to ceiling with books, candelabras already lit, and at the far end of the hall is a door that you know goes to the chambers of Nizana, the archivist. The 3 of you have arrived here, punctual, in fact, even pre-punctual. And what do you say to each other?
Hello again.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah. Good to see y'all. Shadow, I remember now, and Ragnar, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, shit, I got the names right.
Yeah, it's getting intense in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Got the Lord, but, you know, is he right of mind? What's going on with him? And will we be able to restore the balance and save our homeland?
Yeah, seriously. I don't even want to think about what's happening back home. Anyway, this is it. Just the 3 of us.
Looks that way.
Oh, crap. All right.
Don't be scared.
Yeah. Shadow, try and stick a little closer this week, all right? Or this time.
Yeah.
I can't heal you when you're 200 feet in the air. I don't have anything that goes that far.
Wasn't my choice.
I mean, you didn't invite him to lift you way the hell up there.
Nope.
All right,
Seem hell bent on getting to me.
All right. While we're here, let's do some introductions, left to right. Let's start with Crack. What do you look like? Maybe initial mannerisms here, besides what you said.
Crack is he's about roughly 6 foot half orc, a little short for a half orc, but having spent the vast majority of his life at sea on ships, he actually thinks of himself as rather large. He is wearing some nice scale mail at this point, and carries a shield with with the symbol of Valkyr on it. The shield itself is what's left of a ship's wheel. His hair's all gray, storm cloud gray, and he looks older than he actually is. He tends to be a little gruff. He tends to be rude. Anyone who has been treated by him for injuries would not approve of his bedside manner, but he gets shit done.
Very good. Let's meet Ragnar.
Alright, Ragnar, or Ragnar the Red, is a 6 foot tall Caucasian human. He's a barbarian. He's got a long, scruffy beard, but he's shaved. It's only on his chin and below. The bottom of his jawline is full, bushy beard, and then he's got long, wild hair. And Ragnar is, he's an outlander. He loves to talk about Father Earth and Mother Sky, and sometimes those genders swap. But he's just he's very curious barbarian. That's Ragnar.
Very good. And you know he's a real man because he has a chin beard.
Yes.
And finally, Shadow.
Well, I'm not a real man. I'm a real elf, and we don't have facial hair. He's lived most of his life by himself in the woods, so he's not too good around people. So he's quiet most of the time, as you probably guessed. I've met both of you before. He's dressed all in green, forest green, and he has backpack, longbow, quiver of arrows on his back, 2 short swords sticking up over his shoulder, the hilts. And today he's got his hood down because he knows you two very well. So he's not really trying to hide his face. You notice that he's a wood elf that's very, very tanned from a lifetime living outdoors.
Very good. Anything else that you say to each other?
Well, I guess I'll try to keep you guys up if we get into any trouble.
What was the Lord's name again? Lord Lennox or Lord Leonard?
Lennox.
Lennox. You were right the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're bringing him back to the daughter. We're meeting at, where were we meeting at? We're going to, I wasn't there for that, but the place where it all began, I think?
Yeah, the shrine.
Shrine.
And it's the little bird. Is that what they call her? Yeah.
I think that's her nickname, yeah. She has another name.
He's, Lennox is blind.
We just escaped the vine lady. What was it, the Lady of Vines? Or?
Yeah, she had kept him prisoner, watched over by a greater Fey spirit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And we're trying to return it to, what was the daughter's name again? The one we're returning the Lord to?
It's in the chat, Constance.
Constance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
And we're currently flying on birds, right?
Again, yep. It's actually kind of fun.
For the third time. Yeah, I'm getting used to the birds. It's I've ridden a horse in my tribe, but I've never ridden a flying. You don't have to do anything. They fly you. You don't fly them.
A Feywild thing, I think. We've also got the Lord's Lennox Fool with us.
Yeah, the Fool. What did we do with the mushroom? When he flew off, he turned into the beast. The demon.
After he dropped me, he flew away.
Is the Fool safe in our company, or I guess we'll find out? Like, is he controlling the king somehow, or the Lord Leonox?
I think he influences him, but I don't know if anything controls him directly.
Lord Leonox seems really out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you should just not talk to him. He has a bit of a temper from what I saw.
Yeah.
All right. Should we bang on this door and get this started?
Yep.
All right.
See the lady.
Yeah, you go to the other end of the hallway and knock on the door. The door opens, and behind the door is a figure. Very tall, looks like this, furred figure, clad in decent clothing. This is Thark, a bugbear, about 7 feet tall, some tusks, but he seems quite civilized as he ushers you in. He says, "Welcome all for the next reading. Please take your seats. I see you already have Ragnar. You get to share the couch for yourself alone."
Yeah, that's awesome. I get the whole couch this time.
Oh, fine.
Crack. Does this annoy you, Crack?
Everything annoys me, Thark. I thought you'd realize that by now. I'm
I'll
not
pat the edge of the
I'm
couch
annoyed.
and say, "You can sit next to me, Crack."
It is larger than a love seat, Ragnar, as they say.
Here, I'll scooch over.
Fine.
A love seat seats 2. That seats 3 at least.
Well, depends on your love, I guess.
And Shadow, you prefer the pillows again, of course.
Yes.
Welcome
like
all.
being around plants.
Yes. How have you spent your time between readings? I understand there was the quartermaster, Tootin. He had something going on recently.
Yes, that's sort of led people the wrong way in that book.
What happened with that old grumpy dwarf? I saw him got a new diamond. Bugger charged me an arm and a leg for it. Friggin' dwarves. What do you got for us, drink?
Yeah, I did offer to pay for it since you used it on me.
Don't worry about it. I'd rather see you alive than dead.
Me too.
I'm just glad the spell worked. I wasn't entirely sure. Sometimes I can't really feel Valkyr here.
Yes. And as you're talking, Thark will pass around on his silver tray a few cups, sort of bigger than thimbles, certainly, maybe the size of shot glasses. Some sort of liquid, some thick and red and syrupy, as he passes around one cup to all of you, and he takes his place at the side. He says, "I will fetch the archivist." And he steps away into a back room here. And after a few moments, he will emerge into this sort of luxurious setting, but a sort of a dilapidated, sort of louche kind of luxury. Into the space will come this lady, which looks like this. She's about 5.5 feet tall, perhaps, pointed ears, purple gown, grayish skin, dark hair. All of you know her. This is Lady Nizana, the archivist. And she is drow. And she enters the room and she says, "Welcome again to the next chapter of Succession. How are all of you? I understand you are busy, but any news to share?"
Not
here.
Me and Shadow, Crack, I don't think you were there for that, killed, some allies in a different realm on accident.
I see.
Yeah, we got tricked by bandits into, the bandits, we found them dead, beaten up, and mangled, and they were like, "Oh, please help us, they stole our wagon." That was the bandits, and then we attacked first and asked questions later, and it turns out and we gave the wagon to the bandits, and then they disappeared, and it was a whole thing.
Attacking first, asking questions later, not the soundest policy, I suppose.
I agree, and I give a look to Shadow.
Yes, I learned my lesson.
Shadow, how do you feel, not just after that, but in your prior excursion into the Gristle Green in this chapter? In this book, you had an unfortunate experience. How do you feel?
Fine, I guess. Appears that injuries aren't really permanent, I suppose.
Yes, perhaps. Any questions about what is going on in the story? We heard you talking outside before you came in. But yes, you were on taking flight on the Raptors out of the territory of the Vine, in your company with Lord Lennox and his fool Fabian. The destination is the Marrow Fields, where perhaps, coincidentally, perhaps not, the first chapter of this book began. At a shrine there where you appeared. Only Crack was there at that first chapter, but I'm sure the other two will catch up soon enough. But any questions about what is happening?
Yes,
No?
how can we restore the land by returning Lord Lennox back to his daughter Constance? How does that work?
She sort of has a little twinkle in her eye, and she says, "I don't know. That might be for the book to reveal."
But it's the land is, and our homeland is getting crazy and wild because of Lord Lennox's emotions. Is that, do I understand that right?
Yes, imagine the Gristle Green. It is a fey realm of summer, energy connected with that season. There are other realms for the other seasons which have been mentioned, and you have even encountered a being or two who have the ability to travel between these realms. But the energy, the essence of these realms filters into the prime material plane, into your own worlds. And some of you have seen, well, using special magical devices, seen some of the catastrophes that are resulting as from this disturbance in this summer realm. Its rulership is unclear, its energy astray, awry perhaps, and it is fueling troubles across the universe.
Okay.
And even we have seen it here in a way. We managed to clear away well, we have seen some greenery growing in this very room over there. She points to the right corner. Cleared it away for now, but I suspect after our chapter is done here that we will see more of it. It has happened before in the Library of Athenaeum that the stories that we participate in, they have a way of leaking into this realm. This was perhaps to be expected.
Well,
Any immediate questions?
Yeah, I couldn't
Crack.
bring back a flower.
You could not? Yes.
Remember I tried to bring back a flower and it didn't work?
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, I think there might be some randomness to this. Some things persist. Some things do not crack. Oh, you were about to say something.
Me? No, I'm just ready to go, wondering what this is going to taste like. Kind of nodding towards the drink.
Well, it tastes the same as before. We haven't changed the recipe.
No. All right.
And she will go around to each of you with a pouch at her side. And she reaches into the pouch and brings out with her right hand a pinch of sand. And she drops it into your cup. And it liquefies as it falls, infusing your drink. She does it to each in turn, Ragnar, Crack, and then Shadow, then returns to this table area, where she'll bring up a book of a green jacketed book. And in black it reads Succession. And she says, "Everyone ready to begin?"
Yes.
Yep.
Bottoms up, and Crack just swigs his.
I'll drink mine down too.
So brave, Crack, so brave.
Brave, stupid, whatever. If it works.
I am switching up the audio. If you do not have the link to watch together, let me know. It's up above here.
Got it.
Yeah, there's a sound change, or just a small change in sensation as your senses dull and you sort of this magical anesthesia that she has that she put into your drinks. And you sort of drift off there into darkness. After a moment, you start to hear different sounds. And you come to, and you are in the air. Upper stage, please.
Got it.
You are flying above the Gristle Green. In fact, more specifically, an area known as the Patch of Plenty, as you're emerging out of this place where Lord Lennox had been not quite captive, but certainly not free. Sort of he had been guarded, you think, by some sort of creature named Menaias the Crafty, who was put in charge, you think, of Lennox to make sure nothing happened to him, and that he did not go anywhere. Probably by the order of the Vine, whose territory you're in, the Vine being the first daughter of Lord Lennox. The lady who, unfortunately, well, for other reasons known, here's a picture of Lord Lennox, who at some point before this, his daughter, the Vine, snatched his eyes from his head, so that he is eyeless and certainly cannot see, and has some sort of bandages there, clean bandages now, thanks to Crack. But he is flying with you. In fact, let's divvy this up. You are each on a bird, but you each have, well, two of you have to have passengers. So who would like to be carrying Lord Lennox, and who would like to be carrying the Fool?
I think Ragnar is carrying Lord Lennox. I'm pretty strong.
Yeah, you two are stronger.
He's on the bird with you. He's not. You don't have to carry him. He's just on the bird with you. So he's like he's in the shotgun seat, or
That's
probably
fine.
behind you.
I'll carry Lord Lennox.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a Crack and take the Fool.
Okay. Very good. We'll just remember that.
Shack
Okay.
free to maneuver.
Yep. Very good. Yeah, and you are flying as you come out of here. You're climbing, probably about 3,000 or so feet. And as we saw at the end of the prior chapter, there are pursuers that you immediately saw as you came out of the canopy. You do notice several aerial squadrons, and they have the green badges. Clearly, these are soldiers of the Vine. They're mounted on large birds. And they're not just behind you as you start flying back toward more friendly territory, at least more neutral territory. Not just behind you, but you see them from the sides, perhaps. They're all trying to converge as the raptors that you're flying. They know where to go, and they're flying as fast as they can. Anything you say to each other as you are underway here?
Yeah, what's the distance to them? Can I, take pot shots?
Oh, no, we're talking probably a mile, I don't know. But it's very swirly up here with the winds, and others are coming from other directions, like from your flanks. And so there seems to be like one sort of clear way that you can fly at this point, and the raptors are going that way.
Does it look like, actually, Crackle kind of shout over at Shadow. Does it look like they're going to catch us before we get through?
Hard to tell. Let me watch them for a while and see if they're closing.
Yeah, some of them are closing, some of them are not. It seems to be an issue, but you fly for a bit, and there's some of them are keeping up, some of them are gaining, some of them are receding. And part of it, the reason is that there are some, as you've seen here in this area on the Gristle Green, some storms happening. And as you're flying here, there does seem to be some storm coming closer, sort of at an angle ahead of you. And the winds pick up again, like that time where they forced you to the ground. The winds pick up, and the raptors, of course, the birds of the enemies are affected as well, right? But your raptors begin to fly lower as you keep going. Anything you say to each other as the raptors descend, they're not down toward maybe down to a couple thousand feet here, maybe something like that, maybe a little higher than that. But they're flying closer to the ground than before, and the enemy is closing to some extent from the rear and the sides. Anything you say to each other?
Let's hope we don't have to fight them on the ground.
I'd
Because
rather
we'll
fight
certainly be surrounded by them.
I'd rather fight on the ground so I can hit them with my sword, but I do have my bow.
Yeah.
All three of you, you're all savvy warriors, adventurers. You know that there's too many numbers here for you to deal with. And that your real hope is escape.
Well, if any of them get within, too close, I can probably knock them for a loop, but I'm just hoping we don't have to march for too long with the birds.
And it doesn't quite do that, for the birds are clever. And as you've been flying for a bit, and still this sort of aerial chase, the wind picks up even stronger. It almost just howling from the sides. Very difficult to fly. The birds go lower, and you see ahead of you, and the birds perhaps notice this well before you do, a region. And it looks like so. Maybe bring it up. Have it here. Of course. An area that you saw before. Looks like this. You flew over this on the way in. These mountains, perhaps 2,000 or 3,000 feet tall. And the birds begin to fly down into the mountains. And you hear the fool mention to you, Crack, these are the wind teeth, that they're called the wind teeth. And in fact, as you get down under the ceiling of the mountains, the wind, the ferociousness for the wind dies down, but it gives this sort of shrill piping noise as this wind blows through these mountains. But you find that you're able to keep progress here. However, the enemy seems to know this, and they follow you as well. So you descend into these mountains, flying between them, just below the level of the peaks. Going through canyons and crevices and things such as this. And we are going to go into a chase scene as the enemy comes after you in this area. We will switch over to the special stage. Shit I get into, you won't believe it. Alright, hold on. You drag Ragnar out here as Ragnar, okay. Not there, yes, there, that works. Alright, I'll ping you out here. Off to the right.
There we are. Ooh.
And this is going to be our chase scene. Alright. Let me describe. There should be a. Let me just change the sound real quick. Now, in the succession handouts, there should be a. In succession handouts now, you should see a handout there called Chase Through the Wind Teeth. Read that. That's the rules for this here. Well, this I had written this up for 5 people. Now we're down to 3. It's unfortunate. So we'll each do skill checks for a few rounds, and we'll modify certain things. But again, this is a skill challenge, so really focus on the narrative of how you are doing, helping your team move forward using a skill. Then after you've done a skill, you'll do an animal handling check to see how well you help guide the bird or not. And the result of the bird roll, the animal handling roll, will do your progress forward or backwards relative to the position, and we'll do from there. Now you can improve your rolls, either your skill check or your animal handling roll, by giving out resources. So things that you can expend, spells, special stuff, that will give you bonuses to your rolls. So I'll help add a number to it or do some effect. Each of you also has a hero card that gives you a bonus to a roll. But to make it really work, you have to really describe something awesome to how you help the team and that sort of stuff. And the special guests, those of you who are carrying, or any of you can call upon them, Lennox or the Fool, to get special bonuses, perhaps. Maybe they can help you if you ask them nicely. Any questions of any of this?
Nope.
Cool. Oh, let me bring the enemy on. Yes. So they are flying. They're flying birds, similar to yours, but a little bit different. Yes. Don't forget your hero card. All right. So we'll start with this. We'll go with Crack. We'll just see how this goes. Follow the rules as well as you can.
All right, it's Crack. How close are these guys to us at this point?
See the spacing thing at the top? So, I mean, they are... All right, well, actually, let me do this. So the first segment you come in here to, as you come into this region, you're flying through these mountains, weaving in back and forth between the crevices, the canyons, whatever. This first part where the chase starts in earnest, these are the best flyers that they seem to have, these best birds, the best pilots they seem to have. And in here, you do find there are a few branching paths that are going off to different directions in the mountains. You don't quite know where they go, of course. But at the same time, Crack, there's a big flock of birds, which is different from a flock of big birds. And the big flock of birds sort of catches flight, and they're afraid of these raptors suddenly flying to the canyon. And they just sort of spring up all in front of you, a big flurry of, you might imagine something like sparrows, something like that. But a huge flock of something like that just getting in the way of your raptors as you scream through here. What do you do, Craig?
If there is something directly in front of me, I will use Gust of Wind to blast a pathway. So I'll urge my bird to the lead, lead position, so that I'm not going to interfere with the other flyers. And then use Gust of Wind to basically create a tunnel through anything that would impede our progress or hinder our bird's ability to see. So that's
very good.
A full minute of 60, a line of 60 feet directly ahead of us.
Okay. Yeah, it will be multiple minutes, so each one of these things will just last one turn as we do this. But go ahead and roll either Arcana or a Wisdom check, since you're a cleric, to see how well this works. And give it a... since you're using a resource, we'll give you a +1 to that roll, too, okay?
All right, I am going to use a Wisdom roll. Knowing that the bird knows where the heck it's going, I'm just keeping my focus directly over its head, so wherever it looks, that's where I turn my... So, 21.
21, very good. Yeah, what does it look like, Crack?
Just this cone, like this spiral of line just directly ahead where these sparrows or giant birds are in our way, suddenly just clears as they lose their, like, all the wind that they were flying on suddenly buffets them from behind, and they crash into their fellows nearby, creating a slightly larger hole for us to pass through. And urging our raptors to push through these openings, and hopefully they will close up behind us, so that we're lost in the pile.
Very good. It works very good. I'll give you success. You'll be a +1 to everybody. Okay, Ragnar, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Lord.
We'll save those for the end. Yeah. Huh?
Turn to Lord Lennox and be like, wouldn't it be lovely if we had a nice summer fog rolling right about now?
A summer fog?
Yeah. To enhance the scenery, it would be most wonderful. Remember the tribute I gave you? Please, Lord Lennox, if you find it in your heart, summon a summer fog for us.
He thinks a little bit. What do you? Let's try to roll persuasion here. It sounds like you're trying to persuade him to do something. Am I right?
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that? Any thing that you can do to help your argument there?
I don't think raging would help. No, I don't have anything to add to that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Natural 20.
Hey, very good. What happens? How does it? Let's see. Well, anything else you want to add to embellish how you talk to him?
Yeah, do it. The summer fog. It would be so lovely on these mountains. Do it behind us, over there, and I point to obscuring fog behind us so they can't see and get disoriented to the enemies.
Okay. Yeah, Lennox. Yeah, he sort of reaches behind him and he says, "Well, I'll see what I can do," and he will unleash some sort of thing of perhaps fog or maybe smoke might be more likely. He probably sends it out in a nice cone, perhaps behind them, of sort of getting in the way, maybe visually blocking some of the or hindering some of the people chasing you. That's also a success, Ragnar. Let's go over to Shadow.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And keep my bird informed as to where the enemy are and anything I see that might speed us up.
Okay. Yeah, give me Arcana or Wisdom for that,
Right.
since you're a ranger. And what are you trying to get from the bird?
I just keeping it informed so it knows where the enemy is, so it doesn't turn into them, and obstacles that may be in its way or whatever. And
okay, yeah, the bird will sort of say, "I know where enemy is."
Okay.
But roll Arcana or Wisdom.
Wisdom. Just a wisdom check or
Wisdom check, yeah.
okay.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the
No.
bird might not be too impressed by this because it sort of looks at all of you as sort of slightly foolish, just things it has to carry around. So the bird will keep. It doesn't add anything to what's happening. The bird knows where to go and that sort of thing. But so that would not work. But so all of you roll animal handling now at a +2, or actually a +1 on a net.
Okay.
And one of you is very good at it. One of you is not so good.
Where are you up there? Ooh, 24 for me.
Very good. So Crack, you can advance 2 spaces. You can move yourselves to the 1 segment. Just move your token over to underneath the 1. Shadow, you stay where you are. But Ragnar, you fall back 1 space to 4. Shadow, you stay in 3, Shadow. Yeah, let's put you right here in different tracks. Make sure. Okay. All right, now let me roll for these guys. The first 4 will have they'll have an effect from the fog. Will take down the roll, but they get a +1 because of the fog. So 3 of them. Actually, one of them will go there. One of them goes all the way to here. One goes way over here. And one of them falls back a couple spaces to there. And the other 5 in the back will roll at a +2. Falls back. Falls back. I think they all fall back pretty much, and this one stays even. We also have another person there, though. That is Gareth. He is the husband of the vine. He's the big one back here, just a little bit enlarged. He's the husband of the vine. And he will try to approach as well. And he approaches 2 squares. He's now getting closer to you, Ragnar. Meanwhile, in your spaces, let's see, Shadow, these guys with you, they will fire longbows at you. and you take this, or short bows flying, they will take 9 damage from that. And the one with you, Ragnar, will fire longbows or bows at you, getting a total 6 damage. And now we'll go to... We will move everybody back, so these guys will actually go off. Everybody moves back to there. We're all keeping relative proportions. These guys stay off. Now we're back to you, Crack.
6
As you get to this
our
point...
HP?
Yes, to your HP. Crack, as you get to here, you're a little bit ahead of the others, and you notice as you come around this turn, this tight turn, the raptor handles it pretty well. That you've done so nicely guiding the raptor. It almost doesn't. It actually almost uses your help. You see off to your right flank. This is sort of watery mountains. You do know there's some pools and streams, things like this. And here you see this nice waterfall cascading off to your left. And you also see some sort of perhaps fireworks being sent up from below. You think there might be some soldiers down below sending out some sort of fireworks that seem to be unsettling the birds a little bit. What do you do, Crack?
Oh, goodness. If I set a storm up above to potentially force the others lower into, say, those fireworks, would it hold even if I passed out of its technical range?
You're talking call lightning?
Sleet storm, actually.
Sleet storm? It would still hold.
Okay, so I will... obviously it's not going to affect the first 2 there, but as Ragnar is passing just over top, or just before I would guesstimate where his bird would have to dive to get below the sleet storm, or fly above and lose space. So just as his bird is reaching that point, I will cast Sleet Storm to hopefully drive all the others lower and cause them distress.
Okay. Yeah, roll Arcana or Wisdom with a plus... We'll go to equivalent to the spell level, +3. That's a good idea.
All right. Well, I'll try Wisdom again because my Arcana is trash. Oh
no! What happens, Crack?
Apparently I probably set the storm, or I guess a little late. Maybe I'm distracted by the Lord back there, the Archfey, and I I put the storm too high, so the birds do not have to get anywhere near the fireworks.
Yeah, very good. That was a failure. There'll be a -1 to the roll. We'll get there for everybody's roll. Anyway, Ragnar, over to you. Gareth is coming up near you. He's getting up his longbow. There is an enemy in your collective zone, so that one above you in a 6. You can make an attack against something in your zone if you want to, using some sort of athletics or attack roll, something like that. Same goes for you, Shadow.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Ragnar, your turn.
I'll bonus action rage.
Okay.
Run! And I will pull out the vicious longbow and aim at the guy in my range. Just one attack roll, or?
Let's do one attack roll, just because we're simulating some sort of thing here. But you can give yourself a +2 to the attack roll because you're raging, even though it's not going to really work here. But at least protect you a little bit as you try to attack this guy.
Actually, can I do athletics? It's a little bit better.
Yeah, if you want to do athletics, how would you use athletics with a longbow? You can also say you want to fly over and do something cool. And don't forget your hero card either.
No, I just had a bad idea for the hero card. But I use my extending myself on the bird, and it's a feat of athleticism definitely to fire longbow on a moving bird, I think.
Yeah, you can do athletics or an attack roll. The rage will help the roll a little bit. But just narratively, what are you doing to deal with this guy or stay ahead of Gareth? What are you doing that's cool to get through here?
And just channeling all my rage into pulling that bowstring back as hard as I can, while my legs straddle the grip it, and I hold on tight, and then I just release and just Anger Man focus into the shot to throw into that guy. So there we go.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Is it the longbow? Maybe this is several attacks over the course of some period of time. Not everything here is 6 seconds. But yeah, you effectively use your longbow to at least harry this person in your zone, so they are not as effective, perhaps. So we'll take off the green marker of them, so they're not as effective. But that is a success for you, Ragnar.
Okay.
Very good. And Shadow, over to you. You got two people in your zone, but Gareth is catching up to you a little bit here.
Right. I'm going to fire at the closest one to me in my zone.
Okay. Yeah, you could do an attack roll or acrobatics, I guess, if you like.
Yeah, I'll do an attack roll.
Okay. Okay, that is a miss, unfortunately.
Yep.
It's a miss, as the arrows, maybe send a series of arrows, but something perhaps doesn't quite work there. And it doesn't quite work. All right, so each of you, there were 2 failures, 1 success, so a -1 to your animal handling checks here, please.
Oh, 11. Or it's
Damn.
a 9, sorry.
All right, let's see. Ragnar, you drop back 2 squares. Go back to part 8. Crack, you go back 1 space, and Shadow, you go back 1 space to 6. I'll roll these 3 in front first. These are at +1. Oh wow, okay. Oh, they all drop back. Yeah, they somehow this sleet storm works. Crack, I don't know. They have a big fuck up. And I'll do the 6 in the back. One of them does come up better, though. This one comes up better. And this one comes up better. The other ones are a little bit less. One of them we will delete. He crashed into a stone mountain. Gareth will come over to, what will he do? Let me see what his animal handling is at a +6. He's quite good at the birds. Oh, that's bad. He drops back a fair bit to here. As he's dropping back, actually, hold on. Ragnar, we'll do, I think we'll do a 1d8 on you for the ones in your zone there, the 2 above you. 1d8 plus a 1d4 of arrows coming at you. You can rage to this and take half of that.
Okay.
Now we'll move over to round 3. We'll move everybody up to this part here. I'll talk. The chase is all relative, of course. As we come back to Crack, Ragnar has fallen back. He's surrounded in a pack, sort of like he might be I don't know, might be like the movie Cars at some point. I don't know. But as you come into the segment, it's quite tight, flying through a tight canyon. There is, because it's so tight, the birds can't even get the full extension of their wings. And there is, coming up below you, you do see some soldiers of the vine. They seem to be lifting a big sort of vine net up from the bottom. It's a big net crossing this crevice, so it's quite an undertaking of them. But you only have a few seconds, and wow, you better do something. What do you do, Crack?
God. What do I have available to me? You know what? I will. I see that net going to try and catch.
All I ask is you to do something cool.
I am going to stand on the top of my bird, kind of point down at it and curse at them as I cast Shatter at screw it, 4th level.
4th level.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and I will burn one of my divinities so that it is absolute full damage.
Okay. Roll a.
I'm trying to shred that net.
Got it. Roll a advantage +4.
Which do you want?
Both.
What am I rolling?
Oh, wisdom, I guess, or Arcana, your choice.
I'll try wisdom again. So that's a 23.
Very good. What does it look like, Crack, as this net is destroyed?
Just the massive thunderclap in that space is the Fae that were lifting it are probably deafened, at least for a period of time. And the net that they thought they were going to catch us with just disintegrates into 1,000 splinters. As we carry forward, Crackle actually urge his bird to dive a little deeper.
All right, very good. Very good. Ragnar, over to you. You are surrounded by bad guys who are taking up their bows and trying to hit you as you're flying through this canyon. What do you do?
Yeah, Ragnar, this is a terrible idea, but Ragnar will spend another rage charge. He only has 2, so the last one. And he will go for the leader. He will jump off his griffin and land on the leader's griffin to hold him hostage.
You do have Lennox with you, just saying.
I'll tell the griffin, get Lennox to safety, and I'll try to hold this guy hostage. Hero card.
Okay. Give me athletics then.
Okay. So advantage.
Athletics, and let me think. Narrowly describe it. You're going to fly over next to him and then just jump off and try to grab him. Describe it.
Describe it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm flying through there. I'm like, bro, get Lennox to safety. And I just do a WWE somersault, like off the top rope, into like a straight aerodynamic dive. And then I just grab him and land on the back of the seat and put my axe to his throat and say, back off or he dies. Hero card,
All
baby.
right. All right. Yeah, you're there. You're there. You're on his bird, I guess.
Yep.
He's okay. Your bird just keeps flying on. All right. Cool.
Yep.
All right. We will figure out what the fuck happens. Okay. All right, Lennox is there. What is Lennox going to do? Okay, meanwhile, over to you, Shadow, as you see Ragnar do something interesting.
Yeah, I can't believe my eyes. I'll try to take out the guy closest to me. I'll shoot at him.
Okay.
That's better.
That's a hit, and he is weakened a little bit. So the 3 of you can each do, let's see, you're going to roll, I'll roll the animal handling for Lennox. Actually, it'll be just a plain 0. Go ahead and roll that, Ragnar. Roll a d20 for Lennox. Crack and Shadow, you can each roll animal handling.
Okay. What is this with 1s?
And yeah, we'll say Lennox gets ahead a couple spots because the bird is finally released from the crazy barbarian. But Shadow, yeah, drop back 2 spots, and Crack, you drop back 1 spot. Meanwhile, so that we'll do the top 4 here, 4d20 and a +1. These guys drop back 2 squares. And this one each comes up 2. This guy gets into your zone, and this guy gets into this zone. And we'll do the bottom 4, left to right. Loses 1, loses 2, gains 2. And what was this guy? Finally draws back 1. Okay, it's like this. And meanwhile, what to do about this? Do you have your axe to his throat, Ragnar?
Yeah, intimidation check?
Alright, this guy is the husband of the vine. He is not going to be easily intimidated, and he thinks he could turn you into mincemeat, but he's got a little trick anyway, as he sort of chuckles at you as you do this shit. You have him grappled or what?
Yeah, I'm like holding onto him with my axe. I point at his throat, saying, "Back off, or he dies."
Okay. He sort of chuckles and he says, "What a silly outgleamer," as he face steps.
With his mount?
Oh, just himself.
Okay.
Then he plays his hero card.
And face steps on Lord Landon. No!
He face steps, and actually he leaves you on this bird, and he jumps off and like just flies through the air, and then lands on this dude's bird over here, and he takes over the bird, and this guy goes to the back seat.
Oh my god, I thought he was gonna face step on Lord Lennox's bird.
No, but you're now in a possession of a strange bird, Ragnar.
Okay, I'll try to fly it.
Okay. All right. Going on to part 4. Yeah, some more weaving in and out of these crevices, these mountains, and this big gust of wind comes. Oh, Crack! I owe you a 1d8 on that. I'm sorry. The guy in your zone hits you with some arrows, Crack. And I think for Shadow too. I'm sorry. 1d8. 8 on you, Shadow. Oh, and I'm sorry, Ragnar. There is a guy in your zone down below, and this is a 1, which you can rage it out. Yeah. So So you come to these. There's this big wind coming down the canyon, Crack, from the side. Perhaps it's causing some trouble. And there's up in the rocks in front of you. There's like it's almost like a circular opening in like a wall that just has this circular opening that you think you have to fly through to keep going. And the raptor certainly seems to be headed toward it. What do you do, Crack?
Crack is going to hunch down as tightly as he can. Can I get closer to the one that's near me?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that's what I'm doing. They obviously are tailing us. I'm going to get within wingtip distance of him and then throw out Spirit Guardians. So that with the intention of fouling this guy's bird, perhaps beating on him a little bit, but fouling the bird's wings for as long as possible to cause it just before we pass through that opening, so that it will slam into the wall beside the opening instead of passing through safely.
Okay. Roll Wisdom +3.
Come on, work for me this time. 14.
14. That's good enough. As this guy, he gets distracted, his bird gets distracted, and you see he's going to, he will lose a big, probably might crash into a wall, and might suffer a penalty. Anything else, Crack?
Just getting small on my bird, so I'm as little hindrance to maneuvering through a tight space as possible.
Okay. Yeah, and you can make it through the opening as you fly through it. Meanwhile, Gareth, as he gets onto this other bird, he commandeers the bird and he flies off down one of the side routes that you see, and he disappears. Ragnar, review.
Okay, I'm just spending all my might, athletics, trying to pilot this damn bird into that crevice or gap or whatever it was.
Okay.
So.
All right. Do athletics there.
Okay.
Very
yes.
good. What's Ragnar?
Yeah, I'm just like, the bird is like, he's being a traitor bird right now. He's like trying to he's confused and he's trying to put me in a bad spot by flying closer to the enemy. And I'm like, no, bird, and I grab his neck and forcibly drive him by moving the mount's neck around, wrapping it tight, jerking it around, this way, this way, this way, and I fly through the crevice.
Curiously, you fly better on the enemy's bird than your own. That works. Very good. Over to you, Shadow. You're getting plucked with a few arrows here, but you're still flying well. Gareth seems to have taken one of the little byway passages through the mountains. What do you do? Right. Lord Lennox is just on this bird, wondering what's going on. And who has the fool? The Crack does, right? Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, Crack has the fool. Yeah, I was by myself. I'm gonna take a healing potion to heal.
Okay. And what's gonna be your skill check?
And let's see. You said could be athletics, or what was the other choice?
Be athletics or acrobatics or attack roll to attack. If you want to do anything else, to help the bird fly. Any other things think about it.
Yeah, talking to him didn't work so good, so I think I'll just take a bow shot again.
Okay. You feel like you're getting toward the end of the canyon, so if you're going to do a hero shot or a hero card, you need to do it soon.
All right, I'll do it here.
Okay.
What does it do? Gives
Well,
advantage?
you have to describe something narratively awesome that your character
Okay.
does, and you get some special advantage to the roll.
Okay. I'm trying to time the shot because it's difficult because of the wind and two moving objects, my bird and his bird. So I wait as long as I can, and then I take the shot.
Okay. You can roll this with advantage +5.
So that's +5. That's 32.
Yeah, that's good.
+2 is 34.
Yeah. Yes, you're this. What happens as you destroy this guy on his bird? What happens as you do this? What does it look like? Yeah, you kill the guy in your zone.
Yeah, and I look back at the others to check where they are and what they're doing because I haven't been keeping track of them.
Okay. Very good. Meanwhile, let's see how Lord Lennox does. I'll roll a d20 for him as he keeps flying. Oh, the bird's great with Lennox. He keeps flying on.
And he's probably flown on birds his whole life.
Yeah, and the rest of you can roll animal handling +3 since you all succeeded there.
Okay.
Crack, what's wrong with you, bud? Fall back one slot, Crack.
That's fine. Didn't get quite as skinny as I thought.
Ragnar, since you did so well in your athletics, we'll let you stay even there because just story-wise, it's what you're doing. So stay even there, and but Shadow, you can move up 2 spots if you want, or you can move anywhere you want. If you might not want to stay there, I don't know.
I'd rather get out in front.
Okay, and you go to there.
Be surrounded.
Yeah, and you are coming to, you sense that there's some sort of opening ahead, and like the mountains sort of recede a little bit. You sense that now is your chance to escape the mountains and get out, and you think you're faster than these other birds, so you just need to keep your lead a little bit better. So let's do that. But there's some smoke coming up here as they start to, there's some fires at the end of this canyon smoking up, and you see also a pair of ballista down on the ground, or maybe on the heights around the canyon. Crack, they're definitely getting ready to line up to fire at Lord Lennox. What do you do?
Is there any of these birds near us at this time?
The closest one is the one in your zone. The other ones can see you, though.
All right. So I'm going to burn my hero card. Crack is going to actually actively try and take control of the bird and just kind of growl in his ear like, listen, we haven't been working together now we're going to drop on that bastard. And try and pull them up into a roll, go high, and then use the raptor's natural dive and punch instincts to drop down on top of that other one and like basically falcon punch it into hopefully into the direction one of those ballistas fouling it.
Got it.
Out.
What do you think that is?
Oh Christ! Probably animal handling.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. Anything special you want to burn for that?
Oh yeah, I said I'm going to use my hero card on that one.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Give yourself, what was that? Give yourself advantage, what did I say, +5?
Yes, you did. Oh, that's
my God. What happens, Crack?
Not only does my bird, maybe it's picked up on my bit of bloodthirst, and not only does it go after the rider's bird and strike it perfectly, but gives me an opportunity to pull out my warhammer, giving me the opportunity to send the rider flying in the other direction at the other ballista.
Very good.
Hearty, angry swing.
It's very good. As you destroy this bird and this rider as they splatter into the mountain with a bunch of feathers. Ragnar, over to you.
Oh God. Man, I don't know what to do besides just drive my bird. If I do the same thing twice.
But there's like ballistas down there, some smoke in the way. These guys are trying to careen into you from left and right.
Maybe I could shoot the ballista with a longbow.
Yeah, there's some people trying to operate it. You can maybe get them before they fire a shot. Crack did something to them, but they might still be trying to get you.
I'll go for an attack this time since I did athletics last time.
Okay. Yeah, roll an attack roll there. Hey, very good. As you send a few arrows toward the ballista, it's enough to
the string, like kind of cut the string in half and make it fire.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you send it there. This hail of arrows that you send, you sort of make some sort of mechanical error with the ballista, and the guys wanting to man it, they don't really have any interest in trying to man it right now as you fly above it with your arrows going. Over to you, Shadow.
I think I'll help them shoot that crew too. Try to drive them off.
Okay. Yeah, give it an attack roll if you like. Very good. Yeah, and you guys managed to drive off the ballista as you all fly out. Give me animal handling rolls, please.
All right.
All at +3.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Nothing but 7s.
19 for me.
Damn it.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense this time. I lost altitude.
You fall back 1, Ragnar. You fall back 1 crack, and Shadow, you go up to you move up 2 squares, Shadow, if you want to.
Right. I want to get closer to Lord Lennox. This is Lord Lennox out here, right?
Yes, Lennox, he falls back 2 spaces, though. He's here, we'll say, as he's on the other bird. But meanwhile, you emerge from the canyon. Actually, Ragnar, you'll get some damage here as you end up in their zone 14.
Okay.
You emerge from this canyon, and Ragnar's a little bit behind you. But we'll do it this way. Let me see. Is this all set up correctly? It is correctly. All right, we'll go to, no, not there. There, I want you here, is where I want you. Just yourselves on the left here. Put yourselves on a bird, although I will have to note that Ragnar is on the wrong bird. Put yourself on a bird. Ragnar, you'll be off screen to start with here. We'll keep yourself on screen right here, but I'll put you this bird here.
Can Lennox be on this bird?
Yes, I'll put him on that bird. We'll bring you back on screen here in a second, Ragnar.
Okay.
Where's my buddy Lennox? All right. As we come here, we'll go ahead and I think we'll roll initiative here. As you feel like you're at this penultimate part here, where you do notice that there are some birds who got here ahead of you. Not many, but maybe just because you guys did a fairly good job in the skill challenge. Maybe just something you have to deal with. You still have the Fool with you. You remember, Crack?
Yes.
I'll bring the Fool on here too. And here's the Fool. And Shadow need initiative from you.
All right.
Okay, very good. Where's my initiative tracker? Is it up? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Good.
Guys, I don't have any more rages. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so the point of this is there will be some things, you think there's some things coming behind you. So you can't point is here is to maybe deal with a couple enemies that are ahead of you, but also keep moving. So you do not want to get into any pitched battles. You want to keep moving, but still trying to be effective. Get the idea?
Yeah.
And movement will be limited to... No, we'll do that. You do full movement of 80, as your birds have 80. 80 movement. So you can use that as you like, but I recommend you don't go dashing off too much by yourself for various reasons. And rolling some initiatives. Okay, and who will be first? Probably not Shadow.
Certainly not Crack.
We have enemies in front of us and behind us.
Yeah, but you know that the numbers in front of you are not as much as the ones behind you. The idea is to keep moving east. The map goes west to east. In fact, at the very end of the map to the east, there's a blue marker on the map. If you can end your turn with movement still left over inside that zone, you can escape to the east. Alright, almost done with my bullshit setup.
Does Lord Lennox get a turn?
He'll be at the top. It won't be on initiative here. Let's see. All right, you'll be coming on next screen or next turn, Ragnar. Okay. And first up is this guy as he comes out here. They fly a little bit slower, as I mentioned. He will fly through here on his bird, flying up this way. A little bit farther to there, and I think they're out of range, so he will do something. He'll end his turn there. Shadow. See these guys?
Yeah, I see one of them. That's one in front of me. I'll try to, I guess, break through here.
Your movement 80. Again, your bird has movement. We're assuming it's a controlled mount. You have movement of 80, and you can take the bird can take the dash, disengage, or dodge action.
Don't want to get too far ahead of the others. I can't move the bird, so you want me to just move myself?
Oh shit. Okay. Hold on. Try it now.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. There's also the sheet Spirewood Raptor. If you want to look at the sheet, I'll put it in the handouts. The sheet Spirewood Raptor is now in the handouts.
I can see some more now. All right. Take a look. No, don't worry about that. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the rider there in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Bonus action. And I'm going to take the first shot. Mark everything. Hunter's Mark. Where is it? Yeah.
That's a hit.
Okay. For
20.
20.
Mm-hmm. Good shot.
And
Anything else?
Second shot.
For 10.
24 for 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Dread Ambusher. Let me add that damage in.
Okay, that's a
I
miss.
probably missed.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Okay. Ragnar, you are coming on next turn. Crack, you're there this turn.
All right.
We'll do Lennox. What should Lennox do?
Lennox's bird is smart enough to keep with the pack, keep with Shadow, like over
Okay.
here.
We'll just come over here. He'll come over here and dodge. He'll stay to the rocks.
I think Lennox is too out of it to help or recommend what's going on.
No worries. Okay, Crack.
Crack is going to take up a rear position. Kind of just not knowing where Ragnar is. Go there. 75 feet. That's not good. I don't think I have anything that can reach there. So... Oh, interesting. No, 30 feet. That's not going to do any damn good. I think we'll just take the bird and I shall both take the dodge action, and Crack will kind of roar back over at the fool. Got anything you could do there, funny man?
Yes, of course I can, he says. And he starts to sing something very brave and heroic into your ear. You have to have an inspiration, Crack, a D8.
Wow.
Okay. This guy flies down to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From here, he will shoot an arrow at Shadow. A couple arrows at Shadow. Using a short bow. 23 and 25,
Wow.
Shadow.
Yeah, they both hit.
Okay, plan accordingly.
7, 14, 19.
This guy will fly down to here to do something there. Actually, he'll probably fly up to here. Do something there. Alright, we're back to the top of the round, are we? Yeah, this guy will, now he's been highly wounded. He'll fly around to here. To here. And he's going to make a, he's going to fly all the way up to here. And he's going to try to make a, he's trying to grab Lord Lennox. No, he'll try to attack him probably. Actually, he'll attack the bird. Coming here, he'll attack the bird. 2 longsword attacks. 17 and a 24, hitting the bird.
Bird was taking dodge action.
Bird's taking the dodge action? Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, then he'll, yeah, that's right. He'll miss both as he, with frustration, as the bird hangs out there at the cliff. Shadow, over to you.
Right. I'm gonna hold down or talk. I can still talk to the animals. How long does it last? I think it's an hour.
That's an hour, it's fine.
Okay. And tell him to hold up, and I'm gonna shoot back at this guy again. He's still got Hunter's Mark on him. All right. First shot. 24 for 16.
That hits.
And second shot.
That misses.
That misses. All right. That'll be it for me.
Okay, go. And you sense some air of command as Gareth comes flying around here. You might not be able to see him quite yet, but you sense that some jerk is around you. Ragnar, you can come onto the map now.
Okay. Can I move?
Yeah, let me give you control of this sheet here, because you have taken over my other thing. You now have Gareth's bird. You're in control of Gareth's bird. Cool. You should be able to control it. You should be able to control that now. Okay. You can come on there. It's fine.
Okay. The bird will do the dash action, and I'll say, "Flee like the wind, minions." And fly. Can I fly through allies or?
Yeah, we'll say just for altitude reasons, you have a little bit of, and notice there's a stream down here on the bottom. There's some canyons here blocking walls. You probably have 50 or 60 feet of altitude you can deal with here. You can go under them if you want to.
Okay, I'll fly 40 feet here, and then I'll attack this guy twice and then fly off.
Okay.
Not raging. Oh, reckless.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2.
Yeah. The first one's enough to kill him. In fact.
Okay.
The bird will. I'll take the bird off the map. The bird is not going to be a threat to you.
Okay. And then those 40 feet, I have 160 feet total, right?
Dashing, yes, you do.
Okay. So that's another 40 feet. That's 80 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dash. Another 40 feet here. And then I have 40 feet left. Dash. Over here. Alright, enter.
Okay, very good. All right, crack. Oh, Lennox. What should Lennox do? Lennox's bird will intelligently go this way.
Yeah, you control Linux. He's.
Okay, Lennox's bird is going to keep going smart things, going over here and probably dodging over here. Crack.
Alright. Crack is going to...
Crack, you definitely see more birds coming from the west.
Alright, so Crack is going to get to Lord Lennox's bird. And why can I no longer... What the heck did I just do?
What did you do?
I don't know. I did something, but apparently it's... I don't know. I can't move the fool.
The fool, you don't worry, I'll move him. Just go where you want to go.
Crack is going to get to Lord Lennox's bird and shout to the fool. Jump! Help Lord Lennox! Guide that bird.
What do you think I am? An adventurer?
And Crack will grab him by the scruff and toss him to the other bird.
Yes, united again. Give me a athletics check or acrobatics or persuasion would be really good here too.
Which one is my best one? Athletics, because I didn't give him a try. Oh, come on.
Yeah, you start poking him, and he's like, Alglimus, and he just sort of just bing, teleports over there using Misty Step.
That's a good thing for him. If that was my action, seeing Shadow has got a bunch of arrows sticking out of him, I will throw, as I was passing him, I will throw a healing word at him at 2nd level, because why not?
Okay.
Okay, why didn't that come up? Darn you. Because it's not working here, because reasons, so let's use it here. Come on, where are you? There you are.
Okay. Let's roll 1d8. Anything else? There you go.
So 9 hit points for you there, Shadow.
Okay, thank you.
I had 60 feet.
You have 80 feet of base movement.
80 feet of base movement. That was about 45, if I remember correctly. So I will get to about there, and once again, I'll get the raptor to dodge. Crack has used everything, so that would be the end of his turn.
Very good. Yeah, and this dude here. Sees Crack right in front of him. Yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to fly over to you and just sort of swipe at you with his longsword. I didn't give these guys lances. That'd been cool. You can have a lance if you want. Just let you know that. He will longsword on you, Crack. Longsword, 21, 9, and shorts. Well, he won't do short swords. He's got to hold on to the damn saddle. So that's it.
Well, that's okay, because oh no, wrong one. Oh yeah, no. He needs to make a dex save, please.
Dex save. What are you doing?
I'm hitting him with Wrath of the Storm. He struck me.
Okay. All right. Hey, asshole. There you go.
Darn. So half the damage, so it's still 2d8.
Okay.
So
Well,
he's still going to take 4 lightning damage, and
Mhm.
that will push him 10 feet away.
okay. Yeah, actually, he'll have to make some sort of check here. Let's see how well he does with this. He does pretty well. The bird, he'll be able to reduce movement. The bird sort of holds him on there, but he'll move them all back. We'll give him a reduced movement next turn. His turn there. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. And this guy. This guy is going to come fly, shoot arrows at you, Cracks. He saw that happen. 2 arrows northeast from northeast of you. 8, 14, missing both. And yeah, and coming up onto the screen from back here. What happened to that other bird? Who does this bird belong to?
That one?
What bird?
Is that Shadow's
Oh,
bird?
Shadow's disappeared.
Where'd Shadow go?
Had to refresh.
Oh, okay. Alright, we'll bring you out, Shadow. Okay. This guy will appear here. And fly out over to here. And fire longbows at Shadow. Or short bows at Shadow. 2 rolls. 15 and 11. I think 15 hits. Very good. Shadow, your turn. More coming from the west. You know you need to get moving.
Yeah. I'm not going to leave Lord Lennox, though.
He'll catch up.
This was it.
He'll catch
He's
up.
been
He'll
tailing you.
he'll be moving on his own turn, or on
Okay.
Ragnar's turn, I guess, since he's Ragnar's buddy. Even though Ragnar jumped and left him.
All right, this is an enemy over here, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll fire at him since he's closest.
Okay. There's also enemies ahead of you, but whatever. Do you like?
Yeah, they're all around.
Remember, the idea is it's a moving battle. You do not want to stay in one place.
Right. I'm gonna move after I shoot. All right, I'm gonna move the hunter's mark to him.
Okay.
And fire first shot. 18.
That hits.
All right, for 19.
Mm-hmm.
Second shot. 21 for 11.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With the crowd up here.
Mm-hmm.
And the bird's gonna take the dodge action.
Very good.
That's it.
Also coming onto the map is another guy. They'll move a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they'll probably dash up through this crevice up here. Actually, they're gonna go all the way around. They'll go up to here probably. Meanwhile, Gareth will come up here. He's right to the east of you. This is a Fey Lord, Ragnar, who you guys have come across at least once or twice. You talked to him, in fact, at a wedding. He was the best man. At a wedding that didn't happen, actually. But Gareth will sort of chuckle at you after he's already done his Fey step, and he'll bring up his longbow. And he will fire at you, Ragnar. 15 and 19.
Miss and hit.
As a hit. All right, plan accordingly. And he will stay right there, just sort of flying around, circling perhaps with his bird. Ragnar, your turn. These guys are pretty... This guy, you might think he was the equivalent of that one that you saw, the red one that you saw in that village. So this is a heavy-duty guy. Just
Which
pointing
one
that
is
out.
this guy?
The green guy right here. He's pretty heavy-duty.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. He's
So
way back
you
there.
fought a red version of him earlier.
Yeah. I will fly up to this guy. 20 feet. And attack. Okay. I'll use precision attack.
Mm-hmm.
17 for 20.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Second attack. Reckless.
Reckless. That will.
I'll use
That will hit.
I'll use distracting strike.
Okay.
7 extra damage. Dead.
Okay. As you hit him for 31, and he's really annoyed by that.
Oh shit! That. I thought he was back there. Okay, this is the Fey Lord. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
No, that's
He's an
fine. I was
archfey.
beating up on the Archfey. That's fine. And I'll say, "Come at me," and I'll. My
I'll give him a
bird
green
will
marker.
take the disengage action,
Mm-hmm.
and that was 20 feet, so I have 60 feet left. Right there. And
Okay. Okay.
next turn I can
Lord
get
Lennox. Lord Lennox, the Fool is apparently on his own here. He will avoid this stuff. 3, 7. He'll fly down this way. Dashing out this way.
I was gonna say, hopefully the Fool is helping to guide at this point.
Let's do an intelligence check on the Fool, should we?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Okay. Crack.
Alright. Oh, crap. Crack doesn't want to get involved, but they're gonna strike at Shadow first, aren't they? How far apart are they? Are they actually that close to each other?
Who?
The two raptor, or like the two opponents.
Yeah.
Sorry, rain is. No, that is not going to help. Crap. Going to come up to here. Just to get them in a line. How far was that?
Are you doing lightning bolt by any chance?
I don't have lightning bolt.
You don't have lightning bolt. Okay. You're fine. What are you doing?
So that's 35 feet of movement. I'm going to hit them with a gust of wind.
Okay. It's on their turn?
I
think it's on their turn.
So.
Yep. I think so.
Alright.
Starts its movement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so I'm just trying to push them away from Shadow at this point.
Okay.
Bird will take the dodge action once again.
Okay. You all need to move moving faster. I'm just saying.
For some reason I thought it would happen and then I could keep going, but.
Okay. All right. This guy right here has movement that's might be restricted because of the earlier thing, and he will have. Actually, his bird will be the one affected by the strength more.
Oh yeah, I'm aiming for the birds. These guys, I don't think I'm going to knock them off.
The bird will move 15 feet that way. Feet. Yeah. He's already annoyed, so he's already got reduced movement. He'll just fire at Shadow, I think. With Shadow's with his short bow. 20 for 5. Plan accordingly.
Okay.
The one next to you, Crack, will swing out you with his sword.
He needs to make that check too.
Oh, that's right.
Please.
Birdie. Fails. Move back 15 feet.
No swords for you.
Back there. It's difficult terrain to get there, but he is right there. He'll check Shadow with 2 longsword attacks. 10, 17, Shadow.
17 hit. 10.
Okay. And these guys will fly in. Shadow, your turn.
All right. He's within striking distance there, so he'll get an opportunity if I leave.
Yes.
Your bird can disengage.
All right,
Yes, that's
bird
true.
will disengage. Yeah,
Okay.
bird will disengage, and I'll take a greater healing potion.
Okay, that's your action.
Yep.
Okay, you have 80 feet of movement. Where do you go?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8,
Go ahead and finish your movement and then do the hit points.
11, 12,
Okay, there, that's fine.
13, 14.
Very good.
Is that
Yeah, that's
14,
fine.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's he? Okay, it's going to be Gareth's turn as this guy comes flying around the north side around you, Crack. Gareth sees Lord Lennox down here, and he is going to fly down. And he's going to shoot the bird.
Bird's dodging.
Yeah, one hits for 12 on the bird. Ragnar.
All right, I'm gonna fly. Let's go. And I fly up
Okay.
map.
Ragnar exits. Crack, your turn.
Crap. I'm the one furthest back. I don't like it, but I'm gonna finish there. And as I come by, I'm going to cast.
Sorry.
Left.
Shadow, you keep disappearing. What's going on?
I know. Something wrong with Roll20 here. It's not working right.
Meanwhile, the raptor of Lord Lennox will fly out this way as fast as it can.
Did he escape?
Ragnar did, not Lord Lennox.
Okay. Crap. I'm gonna try and distract the Archfey there with a strike on his bird. Well, no, I'll use Shatter at third level.
Okay.
I've got nothing left. So that will affect both him and the bird.
Mm-hmm. Roll it up.
Yep. And you know what? I'll use my last channel divinity to make sure it's maximum damage.
It's 24.
24. An additional 8, I believe. Hang on. Yeah, so it's 4d8 instead.
Okay. All right, very good. Yeah, nice shot as you come in here, and this bird does not like this particularly. Gareth's bird does not like it. Anything else, Crack?
He's there. I need to stay. I want to stay between him and Lord Lennox.
Okay.
So I will use. No, hopefully that has distracted him from Lord Lennox for the time being. Bird will take dodge.
Got it. Very good. All right, these veterans are going to still pursue you. Where are they? This one is the gust of wind is coming off your side there, so they're going to avoid that. They'll come over here. They'll send a couple arrows at you, Crack. 19? No.
No, I don't think so. 19 does not hit.
They'll come dashing around this side, flying around that side. This one, why is it not showing up that way? This one's going to come over here. Gareth doesn't like this at all. He will fly over here and try to hit you with some arrows, Crack. No. Nope. Shadow, your turn.
Alright, I'm going to shoot at Lord Lennox back here. And
Shoot at Lord Lennox or Gareth?
Gareth.
Okay.
Wrong name. Alright. Right. No hunter's mark on him.
Go ahead and roll it. You cannot kill him, so go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
And the bird's going to dash and get off the board.
Okay, go ahead. This veteran, why is this not doing this? This guy's going to fly down to here. I think you guys, if you care to, can escape. Did Shadow you get off?
Yes.
Okay, Gareth is going to fly over here, and he's going to send this at Crack, because he doesn't like you, Crack.
Yeah, totally fair. That was the goal.
There you go, take that, asshole.
Oh, yeah, those will hurt.
Ragnar's gone. Lord Lennox on Ragnar's turn will fly off. Escape. Ragnar, or Crack, you take 11, 20, 28.
28, I can survive that. Just barely.
Still up?
Yep.
Your turn.
Dash and get out of here.
Okay.
Gone.
And you guys get to the edge of this canyon, and all the birds, you know that your raptors are a little bit faster than these, and so the lead that you have, it persists and increases as you just fly on these as fast as you can. Although Ragnar, you're probably struggling with this evil bird that hates you the entire way, but you're doing your full barbarian things, and it grows to respect your chin beard after a few moments.
Yep. Respect the chip beard.
And we'll take a break there and come back in a couple minutes, and we'll keep going.
Awesome.
All right.
Sure. Mute the audio.
As you get out of this canyon and get to a more respectable altitude, what do you say to each other?
Oh,
that was
I got
close.
a new bird. See that move I did?
yeah. Yeah.
Kind of dangerous if you missed.
You know,
Yeah.
he could have just fallen off the bird and then did that and left you falling, right?
I wasn't thinking. I was mad at the time, and when I get mad, I do stupid things.
You know, that qualifies as stupid.
Yeah, but I got a new bird out of it, and I kind of pissed him off.
But about that bird, after a moment, I mean, after you clear and you're in safety, you're flying out here again. You're over the Gristle Green, moving out of the vine territory, you think. But you see this, the devastation around you, the fires, the storms, a realm in chaos and catastrophe environmentally. And the fool will say or scream at you at some point, Ragnar, that bird, it might have a connection to Gareth in some way. You really should get rid of it.
Okay, I'll get on Lord Lennox's bird again. All right, go home, birdie. And I give him a spank on the butt and send him off and get on Lennox's bird.
Okay. You all have your own birds back again. But you fly a bit through this area. But you fly for quite a long time. Again, time in this realm is a peculiar thing, not really counted here in minutes for all, but you might think for some hours. It's, by this comparison to your prior journeys on the Raptors, a very extensive journey. And the storms do abate, perhaps, around you, though you could see them far off in the distance. It's still windy up here, though, where you are. And the wind is strongly in your face at times. And you do sense, perhaps the Raptors needing to rest. They are tired. Meanwhile, the Fool and Lennox in particular are quiet, but you do sense, and Ragnar, you'll feel this very clearly since he's closest to you. You do feel it, his emotions just coursing through you. Measures of despair or sadness, sometimes resolve in clarity. But it might be a peculiar sensation to you to feel someone else's emotions just sort of quivering through your body.
Lord Lennox's emotions, right?
Huh? Yeah, Lord Lennox's emotions.
Okay.
Crack will shout over at Shadow. You see anywhere to put down for a rest? Birds probably know somewhere, but your eyes are sharper than mine.
Right. I'll do a perception, see what I see.
Yeah, roll perception. Yeah, it's good. You do see off in the distance, so sort of in your path, maybe a slight detour on the way you're flying. So you're flying to the Marrow Fields. You do see some sort of area of greenery that sort of flecked at the edges by perhaps ruined forest or some sort of signs of fires. But in the center of this seems to be some sort of area of more greenery, of normalcy, you think. And the Fool says to everyone, he says, "We are above the verdant vale." And Lennox sort of perks up at this, and he says, "Yes, take them. The birds, they should take us to the grass glen."
Okay.
And you go ahead?
Who has the sending stone? We need to contact them. Check for
Could
the
be
sending stone on my person.
One of us would have it.
one of you have it. Probably either Crack or Shadow would have it, I think.
Yeah. Crack will find it in his pocket, even though he doesn't remember putting it there. And we'll, first look to the bird and say, well, you heard the Lord Grass Glen. You know where it is. And then we'll talk into the stone, saying, we are landing at the Grass Glen for a rest before continuing on to the shrine.
We have Lord Lennox.
Is it 25 words?
You. Yes. All right. What do you want to communicate? Just do bullet points.
Yeah.
Make sure you get the things that you want in there, though.
We have Lord Lennox in the destination.
Okay. Do you remember the destination, Crack?
So that's
The shrine.
Right, yeah.
But what shrine?
The Verdant Vale? What did you just say we were just at?
You're stopping in a place called the Verdant Vale, but you were headed
Yeah,
towards some other place,
It's Mellow or Mallow.
the Marrow Fields.
Marrow.
Fields, yeah.
We're heading towards
I don't know if
Marrow
Crack
Fields.
would remember that much, but that would
He,
be.
he would. He would.
Well,
You were there before, Crack.
All right. Yes, that's right. I was there, but that doesn't mean he'd remember that much.
Well, it was an unusual experience. He'd probably remember it. Yeah, so
To head to
the
the shrine, though, so hopefully he's assuming that they know which shrine he means.
you would want to specify Marrow Fields,
Okay.
but you would know that. The return is from Fenton, who's the one connected with the Sending Stone. He is a colleague of Constance, and he says, reply is, "We will meet you at the Marrow Fields. Do not let him do anything rash."
Here?
But meanwhile, the raptors come down and they start to circle around, and they land in a different sort of place, and actually it's quite pleasant as they alight in this area. There are around you. You're sort of in a glen, you might say. But the sound of birds, trees, seems quite normal here, as though a place before all these troubles came to this realm. Place yet untouched mostly. The big raptor token to your left that's the pack of raptors, just hanging out there. They are just having probably scaring the hell out of the local birds, but they're just hanging out there. And Lennox and the Fool are here as well. But it is quiet here. And this maybe a few square miles of normalcy, it seems. And there is in this area an aura of peace, a breeze, these birds, and everyone gets off the birds and they or the raptors, and the raptors start to just rest a little bit as they do. And Lennox looks about, trying to get his bearings. Again, he is blind; he does not know where he is.
Is this a different map?
Did I not move you? That's dumb as hell. Thank you.
Fine.
You guys should each get negative inspiration for not letting me know that earlier.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. There you go. This is I'm not using my usual extensions, so some things are not intuitive. You should be there.
Yep.
So nice scene. This sort of light, the half light of the gristle green. This plants are a little bit different than your usual in your own worlds, but certainly a natural scene and probably quite nice and peaceful as Lennox tries to get his bearings.
How long do you think we can stay here?
We have time for a short rest.
I would think so, says the Fool. He will want to rest too. He gestures toward Lennox.
How long do you think he needs?
Some time?
Fair enough.
And Lennox looks around and he says, where is it? Where's the entrance, Fool? Where is it? And the Fool takes his hand and he says, this way, my lord.
Wait,
He goes here up to this, and sort of built into the cliffside is an opening in a cave of sorts, perhaps. And they go inside there.
The hell are they going?
Following them?
Yeah.
As you go in there, and does anyone have any light? Doesn't really matter. But
I got 90 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
I think I have blind fighting, so.
Okay. Actual light you'll need. Anybody have a torch? We'll keep it really simple. Anybody have a torch?
We do.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll assume you do. If not, I'm going to be very angry.
Yep. No, Crack
To-
does in fact have a torch.
Good. Yeah, you go into this area, and I think Shadow and Crack have seen places like this, but maybe not Ragnar. It seems to be, this is a shrine of sorts, perhaps a shrine for this area. You've seen shrines in different places, other places, and it's all around the theme or the energy of summer, the season of summer, the essence of summer. And Lennox seems to want to come here. And as you come into this room, Ragnar, and you'll see sort of inlaid in the walls are pictures or mosaics, themes of summer, summer scenes, something like this perhaps. Perhaps fairies dancing around in the half-light of this region. Or things perhaps such as this, verdant forest, fields beyond, some sort of agriculture. Perhaps something like this, a pond, some birds flying about, waterfowl, lilies, things like that, or versions of them. And you come in here in Ragnar, you'll feel this for the first time. Others have felt it before. You feel this sort of peace and calmness. And for you, for all of you, in fact, it brings up to mind immediately memories of summer that you might have from your own worlds. Maybe as a child, maybe as a teenager, maybe into adulthood, depending on your age. But feel free to express if you think of what your character might have of the summer. What's a pleasant memory that the player connects with the season? Anyone who wants to share can. It's not required, but you can share if you like.
Yeah, sure. I'd say young love, Ragnar's first crush in the summer, maybe getting his first kiss. It was a redhead, curly hair, and she was a battle maiden, and she could kick ass and take names. And Ragnar just stole a kiss from her, and it worked out well.
Very good. Anyone else want to share a memory?
Uh,
Go ahead.
right. Walking through the woods with the sunlight going through the trees, causing shadows and bright spots.
Cracks is all about the warm, traveling the oceans with the warm air filling the sails, and the lesser, not worried about the storms you get in the spring and the fall of the year. So easy sailing, as it were.
Yeah, very good. And you have these memories that come to mind. You think certainly put upon you or brought to you by this place, which is, you sense this energy, sort of this natural energy to it. Lennox seems to be quite calm here and quiet, and he sort of just lays down upon the floors here, some sort of tile, perhaps a little bit dirty, but just a natural sort of dirty, anything wrong with it. He seems to be comfortable here, and he pulls up some sort of little jacket of sorts that he has. He seems to be wanting just to rest or lie down for a while here. But as you're looking there and doing this, you do see there's some sort of basin off to the side, and there's some water in it.
Take some of the water and smell it.
It smells like water, nice cool water. But I think Crack and Shadow, I think you've seen this before, haven't you?
Yeah, Crack has seen one, not used it before, but he kind of looks over at Shadow. That's what says he put her face in, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
She saw something and it hurt her too, didn't it? I don't remember. I
Oh,
think
so
that's what she said.
not safe to drink.
Wouldn't advise it, but
Okay.
if you're feeling tough, you might see something if you shove your face in it.
Really?
Hmm.
Well, you know me, I'm the toughest barbarian out there, so.
Says he did it.
Well, says he did it. I could do it too. And I put both hands at each end of the basin and just like stall for like a minute, and then just and duck my head.
Okay. Remember, you're only 2 levels barbarian.
That's true.
Yeah, but Ragnar, as you do this, it's like putting your face into another world almost, where you're sensing, seeing, and hearing things in your own world. Perhaps something important to you, perhaps connected to that memory that you had of the red-haired battle maiden. But in your world now, as you look at it, something is incredibly wrong. Perhaps environmentally, what has gone wrong? Summer has gone insane where you are, or whatever season your world is in. So what's wrong?
I would say it's a drought. It's way too hot, and it hasn't rained in months, and people are thirsty and like dying and like trotting along really solemnly. It was like, I need water.
And your red-haired girl, what's she doing there?
She looks kind of like fatigue wrinkles, and she doesn't look well, and she looks pretty distraught, and she looks worried. And Ragnar wished he could comfort her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as we all wish we could comfort curly redheads. I married one myself. I'm happy.
So did I.
Yeah. So you do that. Anyone else want to look in the pool?
No, I'm afraid of what I might see.
Crack. Oh hell, Crack shoves his face in.
Okay.
If that dummy can do it, Crack can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what is wrong in your world, Crack? Again, environmental catastrophe, energy, all wrong. What's up?
The storms have come early. Like the fall storms have struck long before they should. Crack's looking down upon his ship, which is, fortunately for them, still in a dry dock being refit. But it's clear there's going to be additional work done as the mast is being damaged by the high winds. And it's clear that the smaller vessels out in the harbor are having a really hard time of it. Some of are being swallowed by waves that should not exist in a what's supposed to be a calm port.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And that's what you see.
We gotta fix this.
And Lennox says, "A song, fool, a song, to comfort me before my rest." And the fool says, "Certainly, my lord." And he looks to the others. Would anyone like to play with me?
Sure.
I
My
can.
world is dying, and I need to save it. Help me, Lord Lennox.
Something happy,
Help
you
me, Lord Lennox.
moron. Happy. Something happy.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll get my flute out of my
drought.
backpack.
It's the
You
worst.
have a flute, Shadow. You have a flute.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll play along.
Anyone have any instruments?
Yeah, I have a drum.
Okay.
Uh,
Crack, you have any
has
instruments?
absolutely nothing.
Okay. Well, each of you give me a performance roll, and the fool will bring up perhaps a drum. He probably have some sort of lute that he's probably just hiding around in a sort of bard sort of way.
Can I do drums because I have proficiency?
Yeah. Do your things. That's fine. You can do flute if you want, Shadow.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys just play together, and it goes pretty nicely. The fool is a very talented musician, as you can think. He gets into the rhythm, whatever your amateur band status is, and he gets into it, and he starts to sing some lyrics. He makes them rhyme quite a bit, but it's just sort of a comforting sort of lullaby, sort of it's just a very peaceful sort of song. And after a bit, Lennox seems to just perhaps sleep's not the right word since these creatures don't really sleep, but certainly he seems to drift off into into some sort of deepness, perhaps, or a trance, you might say. Well done, Shadow. And at that point, the fool sort of gestures as Lennox takes his rest, and he steps outside. He goes over here and he gestures for you to come with him.
Okay, come with him.
All right.
And you guys can mechanically take a short rest here.
All right.
All right.
And the fool says, it will not be too much longer to the Marrow Fields. Thank you for, we didn't have time before, but thank you for, rescuing him and, fortunately for me, rescuing me. For now, at least.
You're welcome.
Yes, yes, the Marrow Fields, it's a place I think, it's of some importance to the Lord. I think he wishes to fly there because I fear he wishes to subsume in the Marrow Fields. And he uses an important term there. I don't know who has seen this. I know Shadow saw this.
Yes.
What does subsume mean?
Well, says the fool, it is creatures here. We have, when we come to our end, we do not necessarily die. We choose a place within the realm. We, in essence, melt into it at a spot, a place. And that becomes a center of energy connected to us, or remnants of us.
Okay, but we were ordered not to let him do anything stupid.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Wow. Not ordered, but suggested he not
Asked,
do
yeah.
anything rash.
But who has asked you that?
Little Bird. No, Lord. One of
Constance.
her. Yeah. One of her friends.
Little figure.
Constance, you say. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
So at least let Lord Lennox meet with Constance first, and then he can subsume or whatever. But at least let have the meeting happen.
well, I have so. Does she know where we're going?
Yes.
Oh, good, good. Well, that would
Yeah.
be an interesting meeting.
She suggested it as a safe place to meet again.
I don't know if it's safe, but you see, there's a reason he wants to subsume there. He talked of it in the patch. That mushroom, who talked way too much, that mushroom asked why not subsume there in the patch, but the Lord wanted to do it in the Marrow Fields, and the reason is because that is where Lucretia subsumed. You know Lucretia, do you not?
It's his wife, ex-wife,
Yes.
widow.
Yes, his former wife, she is gone and has been for some time. And he'll bring out of his pocket, which you haven't seen before, sort of a hidden pocket, a place he might suspect of important concealment to him. He brings out just a picture, a wood frame. Looks like this. That is her, Lucretia.
She's pretty for a plant chick.
Well, yes, she fortunately was, but it is tragic, you see, that in a way he lost her, and she chose to be lost. They were star-crossed from the beginning, the two of them. They were from rival families. They had passion, but not trust. Energy, but not comfort. Those were their methods and their natures. And into their union entered fatigue, lassitude, jealousy. Are any of you wedded?
No.
No.
I have a girl I'm interested in, but I'm not married yet.
I wish you luck.
Thank you.
But I witnessed the key event, what caused Lucretia to depart. I have told many stories to many people, hundreds to my lord, but I have not told this tale, though many know it. You are outgleamers, so you do not. Some time ago, you see, all three sisters had been born, Gretchen, Rowena, and Constance. And after the birth of the children, Lucretia wished to improve matters with her husband. She bestowed a gift of a rare thing, a perellin flower. Preserved by magic, unchanging, beautiful, has a lovely scent, the perellin flower. It's a pale green color, greenish-white perhaps you might say. Small central petals surrounded by larger. It was a unique treasure that was difficult for her to give with the turmoil of the couple. Lennox appreciated it, as he might, and he kept it in their chambers in the summer court. Time passed. The sisters grew, but the marriage soured again. The cause was jealousy. You see, long ago, before she married Lennox, Lucretia had been wooed by a suitor known as Dundas. This had long bothered Lennox, and it sharpened when Dundas found various reasons at times to visit the summer court. There was nothing illicit that we know of between Dundas and Lucretia. He really was his fiefdom was a settlement in the Brumble Glens. Sometimes he had reason to come to the summer court. But the Lord's jealousy, unwarranted as it was, jealousy has a way of festering. And perhaps he wished to punish Dundas, or at least to cause him to disappear. All of this was unwise, of course, though his method that he ended at was the nadir of foolishness. Because unfortunately, the Lord, he made a bargain with a peculiar creature, something tall and dark, whose name I will not utter, since even mentioning the creature's name may summon it. But I saw it. It stood before me, no more distant than you are now. The Lord wished Dundas to be removed, or taken away, or dealt with. And what was the creature's price? Can you guess?
Flower.
Servants.
Yes. The creature wanted the perellin flower, Lucretia's gift. And the Lord, in his temper and jealousy, he surrendered the flower, the gift from his wife. Whatever the creature did to Dundas, none know, for he was never heard from again. And Lucretia, in her own passions, she felt a keen betrayal. She departed the summer court, went to the marrow fields, and there, upon a hillock, she chose to subsume. The Lord went to this previously obscure place, and he begged for her to come back. Whether it is possible for her to return at all, I doubt, but in any case she did not. And he had a shrine built upon the spot. So that is what I believe he will want to do, to go to that shrine and subsume himself there.
Okay. Maybe we can delay him. Maybe we can rest here for a while and then let Constance catch up to the shrine, and then we go to the shrine. I don't know.
Yes, but he will want to go there. Whether they are there or not, I don't know, but she might be persuasive, or might not be. I don't know his state of mind with regard to her. There was quite a falling out, you might have heard.
Yes. He got really mad because she didn't give him flattery when the other daughters would.
Exactly. Which is unfortunate because of his three daughters, the little bird was his favorite. She was very kind to him and preferred quiet scenes. She rather disliked the social demands of the summer court. With the other two sisters, with Gretchen and Rowena, Lennox was much the lord. With Constance, he was more the father. And I think he liked it very much. Each of his daughters inherited a residence, a palace, you might say, and he liked going to Carenwald the most. That was Constance's intended palace. There's a garden there at Carenwald where they like to sing together. Songs and imitating birdsong, and that's how she gained the moniker Little Bird. But how he will react to her now, I don't know.
Well, we'll have to see. But how do you subsume? Does it just happen instantly? Like, I want to subsume, and it happens?
Yes, I've never tried it myself for obvious reasons, but I've seen it done. Has any of you seen it done?
Yes, I have. A distraught husband whose wife was taken. Couldn't live without her, so he subsumed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yes, it's almost as melting into the ground, perhaps, you might say.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, so we can't let him go to the shrine until Constance is there, I guess. Or maybe we can have Constance meet here? I don't know.
I think we go to the shrine. She will be there. If not there, she'll be there soon. She's quite good at that sort of thing, I think.
Okay, if he subsumes, will my realm still be in a serious drought? Will it be healed, or?
He shrugs. I don't know.
I don't want to take that chance, yeah. Timing is everything. We have to make sure Constance gets this meeting.
Well, that sounds good to me. Do you have anything to eat? He says.
Yeah. Pistachios, pistachios.
He'll sort of nibble at them, and he'll sort of take whatever you guys have to offer.
I'll give him a ration.
And meanwhile, the
cheese
Lennox is
bread.
in there. Yeah, and Lennox is in there just sort of resting. Anything else that you want to do? The fool will be quiet. He'll be happy to talk some more if you want to talk. But anything else you want to do here as you rest here?
I think we're good.
Okay. So after a bit of time, again, sometime, Lennox stirs, and the fool will go in there and just sort of make sure that he's fully aware, and Lennox will step out of the shrine area. And he comes here and he says, well, I went to my rest with a nice song, some drums and a flute, he says.
Yeah, that was me. I played the drums for you. Shadow over here played the flute for you.
Yeah,
Nice.
My pleasure.
And I kept my mouth shut, not to ruin it.
Did you dream of anything?
Summertime in my lands.
Yeah, I dreamed of a great tragedy in my lands that's happening right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alglima. I dreamed of Constance and Carenwald in the garden there. Where is Constance?
She's meeting you at the shrine.
We're taking you to the shrine in the Morrowinds. Morrowfields. Wow. Sorry, still thinking of the birds. I like flying. What can I say? So yes, the shrine at the Morrowfields. She said we would meet there.
Yes, Marrowfields. He says Marrowfields. You know what Marrow is, right?
Like
Inside bones.
Bone or something, ain't it?
Yes, because the Marrowfields, it was known for a region of scrubland and large creatures, quite carnivorous.
I think I remember some of them.
Yes, well, let's go there. Where are those raptors again?
Right over
Just
here.
over here.
I'll round them up.
Yeah, and he's willing to get on the back of the raptor with Ragnar, and Fool again with the Crack, as you guys begin to take off, unless you have anything else.
No, Crack's good.
Nope.
Very good. And you fly. Anything you say to each other on the way as you fly? It's going to be, they fly to the usual altitude, going over the region. Again, smoke, storms, things like that. But the birds seem to be well rested and they move quickly. And after a bit of time, they start coming down into some sort of, just some sort of scrubland. And Crack, you will have seen this place before. I'll flash something up here. You've seen something like this before, but for the others it's new. Do you see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Sort of terrain like this, trees, sort of moss in the trees, some sort of scrubland, flat, insects around. But now, you're noticing that it's a little bit smoky. There are certainly burned places that were not there before when you were in this region. But this is the area that you fly into, and the raptors begin to descend as they come down into a different area.
I know this looks a little different, but forest, jungle. Crack's going to start looking for soldiers of either the Vine or the Fang.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I don't trust them not ambushing us there.
Yep. And we will go up to here as you all land here. Put your bird on the map here. And Lennox and the Fool are here. And above you, Crack, you've been here before. You recognize this place, don't you?
Oh, we're not on the
Second
map.
layer. Yeah, I was going to say, what stage are you on?
Uh,
There we go.
Oh, yes, here. I think this is where it all started.
Yeah, I missed this one.
What do you mean started, says Lord Lennox.
Well, the first time we came to your lands, Lord, we were here, up on that, up those stairs. There's a altar or something up there. It had the writing on it that I couldn't read at the time. I think I could probably read it now, though.
And he stays down here and he says, read it for me.
All right, if you would like. And Crack will go up the stairs and approach that altar or shrine, and I'm assuming it's written in the appropriate language that I picked up, which is, where is it? Sylvan.
Sylvan, yeah.
Yeah, this time, when you guys first appeared here, nobody spoke Sylvan, and you could not read it of that party that was here. But you read it now, Crack, quite easily. It reads as Lucretia, the beloved, replete of grace.
All right. Crack will come back down, not choosing to shout in this moment. Having heard that story, and we'll come over to Lord Lennox and say, it is the shrine to Lucretia. It says, Lucretia, the beloved, replete of grace. Would you like to go to it, Lord?
Yes, he says, yes. Yeah, okay. This is clearly that's the right words, certainly. It's clearly the marrow fields, the heat, the insects. Yes, it was one of her favorite places, not mine, but this place is hers in a way. And he starts to quite quickly start walking up these sort of stairs. He sort of finds the handholds here.
Like, well, wait, don't you want to meet Costas first?
He starts striding a little bit faster. No, this is more important. He says. He starts striding up. The fool's sort of staying close to him, not exactly helping him, but staying close to him as he climbs up to here.
Crack will just follow them up the stairs.
Yeah, I will too.
And he says to you, Crack, where is it? The shrine. Where is it?
Constance would be happy to take you directly to it when she arrives.
The shrine. It's right here. You just read it. What is wrong with you?
Your daughter
We don't
wanted
want you to
to
go
speak
away.
to you.
We want you to be constant.
Constance? Why does everyone keep bothering with Constance?
And she
She
sent us to
misses
find
you.
you. She misses you. She says she's sorry.
You do not know Constance, clearly.
We've met her a few times, Lord, and perhaps her offending you and has changed her a little.
Well, that is. He seems to be sort of hesitating about something, but he seems fairly resolved. With your insight, you'll pick this up, Crack. And he says, "I am sorry, my Lucretia, for my failings. It has been too long. It is time for you to join you now." He steps forward toward the shrine.
Oh, stop! Wait for Constance. Just you can do it in a little bit. Just meet Constance first.
She
Go ahead.
would like to say goodbye before you join your wife, Lord.
And he sort of reaches out, starts touching the shrine, and you hear him sort of crying in a way, and all of you feel that emotion just coursing through you, some sort of horrible despair, the sense of having done something wrong and horrible. And the fool starts going forward. He says, "Lord, just perhaps not now. Lord, not here, not now. Maybe another time." And he's looking at the three of you as though he needs some help.
Crack will actually come over and stand by the Lord and say, "You want to subsume here, yes?"
Yes, yes.
You have some unfinished business beforehand. This is
No, I
what we
don't.
do.
Who are you to tell me what is my business?
I am not telling you your business. I'm simply saying your daughter wishes to say goodbye. Will you wait at least that long? You could subsume in merely a short rest, I'm guessing. She knows we're here.
He sort of huffs at you. You can he sort of huffs at you, Crack, and you feel his sort of disgust at your words. You feel it again coursing through your body. He says, "I've waited too long."
If you've waited too long, then a short delay won't make any difference.
"I belong here. I belong here," he says.
I
And
believe you.
and he reaches out, and you see him. There's also like a shuddering in the air. It's very weird, as it's like some sort of like a shock wave of sort. You feel it sort of going through you, as all around. And he's like reaching down, touching this sort of altar here, and the fool is sort of trying to pull him back, but the fool can't seem to make any progress. And Lennox just sort of shuddering from this altar, this sort of shockwave going out very slowly. And then he releases, and nothing's happened.
Constance will be here very shortly. Just wait. You can wait at the shrine, and then you could subsume later. Like it's fine.
Fool, do you have one last story for the Lord?
I don't know. he starts scanning the sky looking for Constance and her birds, which he assumes she's coming on. But Crack, you do notice to the east, in this area of flowers, something appears. Looks like this.
Oh my.
And having seen her picture, you recognize this is some sort of spiritual version, ghostly version of Lucretia.
Crack will bow to her and say, Lord Lennox, Lucretia is watching this right now. She's approaching.
Lucretia? Where?
Wait a minute, Lord. I believe she will come to you.
And he sort of staggers back from the altar a little bit. Now Lucretia does come up to him, and she looks around. She's very calm in her expression. Very calm. And she comes up to you, and you feel nothing different, Crack, as she walks right by you. And she stands in front of Lennox. What do the others do?
I'm just watching.
Yeah, same here. I'm not going to interfere at all.
Okay. That's fine. And Lennox reaches out and he says, "She's here? Where is she? I cannot see her. Where is she?"
She's standing where you were just a moment ago.
Fool, guide me to her. And the fool will sort of escort him up here and help Lennox reach out a hand. And he moves Lennox's left hand perhaps into and through the spirit. And Lennox says, "Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?" And the fool says, "She's right here, Lord. Your hand is touching her spirit, her ghostly form."
I'm going to use detect magic. He wants to make sure this isn't some sort of trick.
This looks like some sort of, it's not magical in that sense of like illusory. It is perhaps some sort of magical spirit, perhaps? But not in the illusion trying to fool sense.
That's what he was hoping.
And but Lennox gets more and more distraught as he starts waving his hands like sort of crazy, like trying to feel her and touch her. And he starts shouting, "Where is she? Where is she?"
Lucretia, can you talk?
The creature says nothing. "Where is my beloved? I cannot see her. I cannot touch her. Do not jest with me, fool. Do not tease me, Alclemus. She is here, yes?"
Yeah, she's in spirit form. She's not talking. She's right in front of you.
And then you feel this incredible emotional force just destroy. Everybody make me a Constitution saving throw.
Of course.
And if you fail, Shadow, Constitution save, please.
Yep. In my sheet, Constitution.
Yep. Yeah, well, great saves, y'all. All of you fail the save, and you are forced prone just by the power of Lennox's level of anger here, or this feeling of helplessness. As you're forced prone, and then he shouts aloud, Hogba, come to me! I wish to bargain!" And out from the southeast, sort of appearing out of the ground as though like a tree root had just erupted and grown into his different limbs, legs and arms and the body and head, is this figure I think you've all seen before now.
Yeah.
This is the Hogbot. And it arises here, and any immediate reaction to this?
Just wait for Constance. Don't barter with the Hogba.
Crack is very wary at the moment.
Yeah, so am I.
He would get back up as quickly as he could.
I've got my bow in my left hand.
I'll have my sword out and I'll be walking towards the Hagba, like do not pass type thing. I'll say
The
do
Hagba
not
just.
pass.
The Hagba has. He's about 8 feet tall. You just feel power emanating from him, Ragnar.
I'm gonna
And he
stand my
says.
ground.
He says. He comes to here and he says, "As you like." Lennox, you called for me. And I heard you call. The fool seems sort of a little bit afraid. And Lennox says, "They say that the spirit of Lucretia is here before me, but I cannot see her and I cannot feel her. That is my desire, to be able to see and touch her. Grant me that, Hagba, and you can name your price." And the Hagba just placidly watches Lennox. And he says, it says after a bit, "I will not deceive you, Lennox. Such feats surpass me, and I make no false bargains." And he pauses there, but he will actually just go off to the side. He'll be watching what's going on, but he's just off to the side here. Do you say anything to him?
Sorry. Crack will come back over to Lord Lennox and just say, "Lord Lennox, she's there. I know you can't see her and can't feel her, but she's watching you still. Speak your truth. Speak what you would say to her again."
Yeah, and he apologizes in a way. And I won't roleplay all of it, but he starts saying that he regrets what happened, and that he regrets his emotions that went astray and awry at times. Lucretia just watches calmly and listens. And this takes some time. He goes back and forth, perhaps repeating himself. The fool senses some sort of, at least some sort of stability, even though it's sort of chaotic. But Shadow, and you'll notice it's probably first the others, coming in from perhaps the southwest is 6 raptors carrying people.
Far
And
away to tell.
they will land shortly. And
All
you
right.
can keep him going, you think, just stalling him if you like. But you do notice that it's probably, you suspect it's Constance and her group.
All right.
Crack is Crack will we'll just watch Lucretia's spirit as Lord Lennox is talking to her, and we'll just kind of describe if there's any visual changes in her attitude, things like that, so that he knows that whether she's hearing him or not.
There's nothing to suspect that she's ignoring him or not hearing him, but she's very calm. Just good posture, shoulders back, but just seems to be listening, but not making any sort of overt reaction. And after a time, after he sort of loses his train of thought, maybe he starts babbling something else but the fool, she'll step back here into these flowers, or toward them. But meanwhile, landing in the southwest part here, we'll bring them onto the map here, is another bunch of raptors. We've got a lot of raptors here. And then Constance and her team, or her group. And she comes, she sees you, and she's in the front with her friend Claudio, who has proposed marriage to her, but you don't know if it's gone anywhere. But they come over to this point here, as she looks up the stairs toward her father.
gesture around. Come forward, like my hand.
And she comes up the stairs, leading Claudio too. They come up to here. I'll put him up here. Claudio will take position over this way.
Lord Lennox, Constance is here.
Yes, and as they approach, Lennox is quiet, and everyone else watches. Ahagba and Lucretia both watch. Lucretia seems aware of who Constance is, but she does nothing remarkable. And Constance says to her father, "Greetings, my lord and father." And Lennox hesitates for a few seconds before saying, "Greetings likewise." And the conversation, I will not roleplay two sides of conversation because that's ridiculous. But they are, you do sense, hilariously, because you are two strong Fae, this is one of those situations where really the tension is quite palpable because of their emotions. They're both uneasy, both a little distrustful. Lennox will say sorry without really apologizing to things. And Constance will let the silence linger at times as he nervously keeps talking. He will ask what she's been doing, and she'll just say that she's been trying to help the realm in some ways. Then he asks if she's found a husband yet, perhaps that Claudio chap. To which he says, well, Claudio is here, but no, we are not married. And after a bit, he sort of is quiet. And then she'll say to to you, the three of you, she says, "I thank you all for recovering my father. You have done much for this realm, much more than it has done for itself."
Your father plans on subsuming here.
Yes, he has not done so. And Lennox says, "I think this place belongs to Lucretia. It is not my place to subsume here. That is why."
Where would you go then? If this is not the right place.
I don't know.
Constance, would you have a suggestion?
She sighs there and says, "Well, my group and I have discussed this much. Father, your plight has become the catastrophe of all. Something must be done." And she glances at the three of you.
Yes, my work suffers too. What would you suggest, Constance? We have to fix this.
And she glances at the others, at Crack and Shadow.
What we've heard, all of our worlds are suffering.
Well,
Well, I am one of three. And my thought is to rule in balance with my sisters.
do you think that'll actually work?
I don't know, she says.
Let me guess, you need us to help.
Perhaps, I don't know.
What do you propose? Where are we going to meet them?
And at this point, Lennox speaks up. And he says, if 3 are to be in balance, you must be their equivalent.
What do you mean by that?
It looks like Constance. That means you have to take charge.
Maybe get married.
It's not that, she says. I don't think marriage is it. And Lennox will pause here. And he says, he glances at the area that, or he doesn't glance, but he gestures for the area he thinks is in front of him. It is fitting that we are here at Lucretia's shrine, the place I built for her, because she is subsumed here, but some time ago, after my abdication, and after Rowena and Gretchen fell into war and conflict, and fought against me, and took away my followers, and after Gretchen stole my eyes, ripped them out of my face, I was the epitome of sorrow. And age brought me many things, including selfishness. But I knew then, newly blinded, that my realm was endangered, that I was no longer the solution or savior of its problems. So I called to Lucretia, my wife, to the wife who never deserved cruelty. I called to her and pleaded for her help for myself and for the realm. And he sort of looks in where he would think your direction is. You haven't maybe been moving, and he says to the 3 of you, I heard mention that this is where you first came into the Gristle Green. Is that true?
Yes, right here, on this level.
Then it was she that brought you here.
Maybe.
Lucretia was the one who brought you here.
Sounds like it.
Maybe she brought us to help bring balance. I suppose outsiders don't know anything about anything.
I had a dream at the shrine in the Verdant Vale about Carenwold, Constance, he says to her. And she's a little bit surprised by this, and she says, Carenwold? And she'll say that, she says, well, that, as you heard before, this was his sort of intended palace or residence of sorts. And she says that, now, Carenwold, I understand that that horrible Admiral Big Ears is there. But the Vine and the Fang are fighting there as well, trying to dislodge him, but he seems to have acquired some powerful weapons and is, defending the place quite well.
Is that what we have to do?
Maybe we can take back Carenwold.
Constance says it would be very difficult. Admiral Big Ears has a small army at least.
Maybe we can get him to bend the knee to you, and there'll be balance.
He's quite ambitious, but worth a thought perhaps. But Lennox says, Yes, a balance is sought. You must be the equal of your sisters. My power was conferred upon them, and so I must confer power upon you. We must go to Carenwald, your intended palace, and there I will subsume. What force remains in me will be devoted to you, as I should have done.
Okay, we have
And
a plan.
Constance says, yes, I understand that Admiral Big Ears has quite a number of soldiers there.
Maybe we'll sneak in.
Maybe. Well, I can draw a little bit of it here, and she'll sort of set to work drawing on the ground some sort of sketch of a place. And we can discuss some plans, but it seems to be some sort of, it's not a castle, you might say, some sort of palace with some outer buildings, perhaps, and some sort of entrance terraces, some sort of throne room or whatever. And then there's sort of audience hall, you might say. And then there's some sort of garden, and she says, she says, the garden might be the place.
All right.
And there is, as you're looking at this, who's the bad to get the best nature here, or probably Shadow, I assume.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've got pretty good.
Shadow, you have been here just watching the scene, perhaps, and based on the description of what Fool told you earlier, the flowers here are unusual. And they match that description that he gave you of the Perellan flower.
Okay.
And Lucretia seems to sort of gesture toward you. At last she does something, and she seems to gesture for you to come toward her.
All right, I'll go.
And you see this flower more closely now. Looks like this. Very pale green or greenish white. The flower petals described as the Fool said. And she seems intent on the flower being important.
Shadow, what do you see?
Flowers seem important somehow.
Flowers.
She can't speak. Yeah, the flowers back here behind the altar.
Oh, is it the Perellan flowers?
Yeah, you think so?
Constance, what does a Perellan flower do? What does it mean?
It's a flower, a rare one. Yes, there's some back there, she says, over here. They were my mother's favorite flowers, and she'll glance toward Lucretia, and this is why she chose this spot to subsume, I believe. There are some hard feelings with her mother about that, but we won't get into that here.
Can it help us infiltrate the palace that we need to do and help the father subsume this? Or does it have any power?
Perhaps, she says, and her father, Lennox, will say, yes, she is wise now, still. Lucretia. We bring a Perellan flower with us to the garden in Carenwald. There I subsume with the flower, giving to Constance not just my essence, but her mother's. That is what must be done.
Okay, we have a plan.
All right.
So I should cut one of the flowers.
Yes, do it nicely, he says.
All right. I'll be very careful. Pull out my dagger and cut one off.
do survival just to see how bad you do it.
Yeah. Cut my hand. Let's say survival.
You can get inspiration from the Fool if you want. It's fine.
All right.
Roll a d8 on top of that. You'll be fine.
D8.
It takes d8's fine. But it'll take you you're very careful. Yeah, you're very careful. Whatever the Fool says is really, really inspiring. As you manage to get a very beautiful Perellan flower in your possession, Shadow.
All right.
And Constance says, very well. For what we understand, Admiral Big Ears has quite a number of soldiers, and maybe a quick raid. No pitched battle, but maybe a quick raid would be sufficient. But if anything were to go wrong, there's no margin for error. He has many soldiers.
So a distraction to get the Lord in there.
Perhaps, she says. Perhaps.
Okay, let's go.
Is there a secret way in, or we just have to go straight through the gate?
Not that I know of. It's more flying down into a courtyard.
All right.
And they come down here. Lennox will go back to you back there. Lucretia goes back into the flowers and disappears. But as you're coming down there, you noticed this before when you were in the village, but on the devastated village. But you notice the Hogba over here. And he sort of reaches down into the ground and just sort of pulls at it like he's creating these striations of earth. And eventually just pulls up this segment of ground and creating some sort of horizontal purple glowing portal. And out of the portal start to step sort of his followers, his men, perhaps, look like this. Some sort of something functional as axes, things like that. Beetle-headed, stag beetle-headed men are followers, and a big bunch of them come up like this. As he does this, because as you go closer to your raptors, he'll step over toward you and look toward Shadow in particular. And he'll say to you, Shadow, you are incomplete. Your soul has been shattered.
I'm well aware of that.
What you have lost, I can help recover.
I'm afraid I don't trust you.
I always bargain fairly. That is the truth.
Yes, but whose idea of fair?
And he says to everyone, if you wish to bargain, call me with intent. And he steps back to his men as more of them come out of the ground. But there's nothing stopping you from... Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I say to everybody, I think we should leave. This is becoming threatening.
I think if we make a burn neck, I end up with one of their soldiers.
But you all get on the birds, and you start flying off toward parts to be revealed another time. As your senses begin to dull, and you transfer from one dimension to another, as you find yourselves back in the chambers of Lady Nizana. And as you awaken, she says to all of you, welcome back.
I'll look and see if I have the flower.
You do not.
Okay.
We have a solid plan on how to restore the land. Feywild.
Good, she says, good. Any thoughts or questions or theories about anything?
like to know who this Hogba is.
Yeah. And if you do make a deal, I bet you become a soldier. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
you
not right away,
turn
but
into.
maybe when you die, your soul gets captured and you become a Hogba servant for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Seems like a demon to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there it is again, Thark. Clean it up, please. And Thark says there's more this time. As he goes, these plants that have erupted from some bookshelf over here, and he starts pulling at the roots that are behind the bookshelf. Well, it's almost an invasion at this point, she says. Crack, any thoughts? You're muted.
I am muted. Crack is kind of just says, somebody's gonna end up being bait, and I'm betting that's gonna be me. Oh well.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard push, Spinal Palace, but we can do it. Get the Lord to subsume and give his power to Constance, and then balance will be restored, and hopefully that will, bring ranks to my world. They're really suffering right now.
Yeah. Either that or all three of them are gonna just start fighting, and it's gonna get worse. But no,
We'll see.
do what we can, I guess.
That's for the next chapter, she says. Very well, Thark, give them their reward, and she will step out.
Thanks.
Thark gives you out 150 gold each. Yeah, and he will escort you out politely.
Alright.
Anything you say to each other outside in the hallway?
I hope we have some of our other comrades with us next time. It
Yeah,
looks
for
like
sure.
a big fight.
Yeah.
And that was
It's
epic how I stole a mount from the badass.
Yeah. You're lucky you're not dead.
Pretty
Yes,
much.
very lucky.
I wasn't coming back for you if you
Yeah,
just
I wasn't thinking. I was at the moment.
It's all good. All good. It's all about the narrative. That sounds good. Very good. Any questions, comments, feedback? Feel free to send it through the Discord, but otherwise we can end our session here. Planning to run the finale of the story would hopefully be next Thursday, and hopefully the finale of the library 2 weeks out, or 2 weeks from today. So we'll see.
Okay.
That's the plan. We'll see.
awesome.